Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where if you are enjoying the series, I would ask that you please consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscription. Any will help the channel grow, and they help get it out in front of other people, so thank you very much to those of you that do that. Now, in our last episode, we managed to get our aluminium liquid flowing, and we were starting to prepare to sink some of the water into these concrete bits here, but we were going to need more limestone. Now, in line with that, these three are actually going to go away because I had a wonderful suggestion from Andrew, one of sort of a regular commenter and follower of the channel, so thank you very much, Andrew. He made the excellent suggestion about why sink all of it into concrete when I'm going to need a chunk of water for the words are escaping me at the moment. It's because I'm trying to think and do stuff at the same time. For the copper, if we're going to steam the sheets with them anyway. And I was like, do you know what? That is a blinding friggin' idea. That's absolutely what we should do. Which is why I'm just redirecting this here and taking those last three out. Cool. So that's just going to reflow all of that now. But it means we can separate some of this water off. Now what it does mean is that we're going to have these three guys here, and they're going to want 300 water a minute from the amount that we're pumping out there. So what actually, if they only want 300, we can limit that by using a Mark 1 pipe. Yeah, because Mark 1 pipes only take 300. So we may as well do that, because that's going to force that to only take the amount it needs, which means the rest of the liquid, which is going to be more than 300, I think. Yeah, so we've got, what, 120 times 4 plus 78. So, let's just have a look. So that is going to be... let's have a look. Oh, I can't put it on there. And I don't have quartz crystal on them. Oh, okay. Alright, that's unfortunate. I thought I'd be able to... They all need quartz crystal, don't they? Yep. And I haven't got that on the network. Okay, we might need that. Right. So, what that means is we've got 120. How much water are we working with? Because I can't remember this from last week. Times 4. Plus 78. Okay, sling a bracket around all of that, and now we're taking away 300 for the concrete. That leaves us 258. Okay, fine. Let's have a look at our refinery, because if we are going to make pure copper ingots, okay, that's 15 and 10, so that means we could run 25 of these with what's left there. Okay, so we might need to try and sink some more, although to be fair, we're also going to need to... No, we don't do the copper sheets. Now, off camera, I did also finish the outside bit of this, and I've started doing some of the outside of the building as well. Now, we're going to need to get that copper node down there over to this. So let's try and line ourselves up. I also made it too wide just because it made the roof work better for us. So, let's have a look. Where do we want to get to? It'll be about here, don't we? Okay. So I'm just going to take that roof down temporarily so we can get that. We're also going to need to replace this wall with a fix-it wall. And then we will paint it with the chrome finish we've been using here. Okay. Am I going to be allowed to build it from this far away? No. Okay, I also need the 2 portable miners, so let's get that thrown together. Okay, so we'll build these very quickly. Cool. I also don't need all the power shards on me. So I'm going to upload those to save a bit of space. Also going to upload... Ooh, the rebar gun, because again we don't need that. I do want those in my hands. Yeah, that should cover where we are at the moment. Okay, so you're still not going to let me do it this far out, are you? No. Okay. So let's grab our Mark IV lift. So I've just realised that lift is now the wrong way round. There we go. Well, you can stop bothering me. Clear all of those guys up. No idea where the big one went. There you are. Hop. Oh no, the really big one's still under there. Okay, we'll just pop a few of these down here, shall we? Oh, I'm impressed. There we go. And they were all here. May as well grab all of those because we'll turn them all into stuff anyway. Right. I have lost track of where that copper node is now because we are much lower to the ground. Where is it? Like, genuinely, where is it? Oh, it's up there. Okay. I got myself confused. Okay, so it's up here. There we go. Clear that. Cool. Okay. And then we want a miner Mark II. Facing yeah, that away. I need 3 of the power shards, but it won't let me grab just 3. Okay, that's fine. Put those in there. So that's going to give us 150 a minute. I don't know if that's going to be enough for our purposes. I haven't done the maths on it. But it's certainly going to be enough to get us started. Really like curve when we're out and about in the world. I think it just looks natural. Okay. So there's that. We then need to get power back to it. I'm genuinely thinking it's going to be easier to... Oh, power's underneath, isn't it? I forgot we ran the power underneath. There we go. Power done. So that's now going to start bringing us copper up. Right, okay. Not as much as I would like, I'm not going to lie. 150 is kind of naff. But we'll see how much we can get done with it. But it very well might be a situation where we're going to need to supplement it. Right, so let's then grab our belt. Now we want to go back into straight. And we want this to be... probably... yeah, there, like that. Okay. You've gone on your weird wonk again. Don't understand why it does that. And then it's fine to go on straight after that. Okay, so that's bringing all of that copper down. We are then going to need to work out where we're going to bring it up. So if we've got 150 to play with, let's go have a look at our recipe and see how much we can actually do with that. God, I love these lifts. Right, okay. So if we're looking in here, that's 50. So that's going to feed 10 of these. Actually, that's pretty good. Right, okay. So we're just going to have to figure out where we're going to put 10 of them. Like, my gut, looking at the floor print we've got here. Although actually, let's start sorting out before I forget about them. Let's sort out these, the concrete. So I do want to upload why is this being so difficult? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I want to upload the concrete we've got going on here, because we use concrete so much, I just want it to fill out as much as possible. So we're going to fill these guys straight in here, because we use concrete a lot. We then need to have an awesome sink, which, to be fair, we could probably use this space now for. And we're going to want smart splitters. I'm just going to line these up. Okay, and then we're going to want a merger pointing in like that. Now, why are you not giving me the line-up lines? So you need to go like that and like that. Cool. So then, we have overflow in this direction. Just going to feed that straight in there. You're going straight in there. Although that's on a kink. Interesting. And then we're going to have a lift there like that, and a lift here like this. Oh, yeah, that's facing completely the wrong way. Like that. Feed you in there. Actually, that's going to need to go higher than that, because I want it to go over the other one. And then you're going to feed in there. Cool. So then this one is going to do overflow as well. And that's also going to do overflow. Cool, so that's going to feed all of those. Excellent. I guess we have no more water in here because these guys are now full of scrap and can't do anything else. Yep, so we're going to need to start taking that upstairs, because we're going to need to make another floor, go upstairs, and start smelting that soon. But I want to get the copper done. So if we need 10... there we go, pure ingot refinery. We've already got it set up there. Right, okay, 10 is too many to try and fit here. We're going to need to put that up on another floor. Okay, fine. So that means if we need to go up another floor, we want to grab a wall, and we need to work out how high we need to go. Because we're going to need to go above these chimney stacks. So I'm probably going to go there. Just run all that out. I'm going to want to get our lift up there as well. There we go. Where are we? Transport. Let's put the floor in. There we go. Just run all this out again. And this is why I'm more than happy to have more concrete being fed in for us to work with. Right, okay, so that means up here, I think we can go... How far out does that go? There goes 9 out. Okay, so if we do that, we need to take that last one off. Cool, that's now lined out. And then we can just run it that way round. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we'll get the copper set up here. In this area. And the only thing I can't remember with the aluminium that we'll need is I can't remember whether it's copper ingots or whether we need to do any further refining. So let's have a look. Aluminium. There you go. Alclad aluminium sheets. Okay, so it's the raw copper ingot it needs. Okay, that's fine. So then if we come into blueprints, we can go... There we go. Refinery pure ingots. We want the auto connect. Ah, now, last time I used these, it was pointed out I'd set them up wrong. So, let's bring the blueprint designer in. We need to load pure ingots. Because what I had missed off was... it needs a little bit on either side of here so it knows what it's trying to basically connect to. So I'm just putting these in and taking out the poles because I don't need those, but that means it then has the connection on the side, so it knows what it's trying to do. And we need to do the same with the pipe. I think that'll work. We'll find out in a minute, I suppose. Right, is that straight? It is not. There we go. Let me take that out. And then we put the world's tiniest pipe here. Okay, right. Then we save that. Save blueprint. Yes, I want to overwrite that. Clear the designer. Take all the stuff. Take that down. Okay. And now, if we try and do it... Right, we're on auto connect. Cool. So... yeah, so that's going to be our feed in. That's fine. So if we grab that... spin that round. Cool. So that's 6. Oh wow, is that really... that 6 is taking up all that space? Okay. Okay, and I can't really go out any further than that. Okay, so here's how we make it more than 6. We come in here. We grab our... Where have they gone? Power shards. Alright, so... that's now 7. 8. 9. 10. There we go. And then these two are just running on normal. Alright. That's how we're going to do that space-wise. Because, yeah, that's basically just where we wind up going. Okay. So then... Then. We are then going to need... to bring the copper up, but we need to work out... Okay, so we're fine there. There's plenty of room down below. So I think if we put this here, and we bring our bit there... That's the wrong side, isn't it? I can already tell just because of how they run. Okay, that's fine. Because this is going to be easier than going and redoing all of the other, basically the blueprint, or reversing all of those. That's fine. We can then put a floor hole here with a pipe. I think actually we can take out this end one to give us the room for it. There you go, horizontal to vertical. Cool, so there's the water up here. Now let's get the copper up here, because I think that's going to be the easier of the two things. So it's actually right here on this crossroads, which is fine. Grab that there. Alright, then we're going to need to go back downstairs, but while we're here, let's get the water in place. Okay. That's that. You're going to come down here. And then let's put straight in. I'd rather it do that. Okay. Cool. So that's that in theory in place, but that's not going to be anywhere near enough water, but we will handle that in a second. So we then want to go down a level so we can bring the copper in. Right, okay. And then you're going to come round this... Oh, no, you're not meant to be on curve. You're meant to be on straight. Round this way. And then we need to get over there. Where is your roof bracket? There, okay. Why is that not... Let's put that ceiling mount down there. Oh, you had it there a second ago. There we go. So that's going to run in there. If we then put another ceiling mount... over here. Yeah, we need. I want to put it underneath. We kind of want to do that. Make sure it's fit for that one. Fit there. And then you can follow this train over here. I think we can still get under it. Good. Just. And then now, Now we can start bringing it down over this way. So you're actually going to be on this line here. Cool, so that's as far as you can go. So then we'll bring it on here. Feed that in there. And then, there we go. That'll run the copper upstairs. Cool, and that's then going to immediately start doing the... yeah, that's going to straight away start loading that manifold. We then haven't done the maths on how much water we need. We also need to bring the power over here. And we need to hook those two together. Oh, blueprints are so good like that. Right, okay, so how much water do we actually need? That's the bit we've not done. So we need... Oh, it was 100 water, wasn't it? Yeah, that's only going to need 100 water. Okay, so we're going to need to put a water pump to make sure we can get up here from this floor. Okay. Why is that going so slowly? Oh, I've got a Mark 1 somewhere I can tell. Right. Mark 2 pump. Because it's on the flat, I can put the Mark 2 pump all the way down here. And that pressure will hold all the way along. So it will go all the way down there. Should be good. Right, okay. Where have I got a Mark 1? That's Mark 4. Must be somewhere on upstairs. Okay. Right, up we go. Kind of wish these floors lined up a little bit more. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with those. Right, okay. Where is this Mark 1 that's feeding in? That'll do it. There we go. That should feed in significantly faster now then. Cool. So that's now just waiting for its water. Okay, which the water is having trouble because we're not making enough aluminium scrap. Or we're not making any aluminium scrap at all at the moment. So let's go have a look. Let's check how much scrap we're actually making, because we're going to need that for next episode when we start smelting the damn things. Okay. Right, so we've got 4 working at full power, so that's... Wow, okay. 4 times 360. Ugh. Okay. Plus... How much is this one putting out? 234. Right, so we've got 1600 scrap to try and deal with, and our fastest belt, so that's 360, and our fastest belt, don't bring up the console, is 480. So basically each one of these is going to need a single bit. Now how much... Well, each one of those will need a single belt to output. Now if we look at our smelter, because we're going to be able to use the pure recipe, it's a smelter, that uses 60 a minute. So one of these, outputting at 360, feeds 6 of those. Oh, crikey. So we got 4 times... So that's 24 of those immediately, plus whatever nonsense that's going to handle. Okay, well that's going to be fun for next episode, trying to fit all of that upstairs. Although I suppose we've got a bit more room, haven't we? Because we can run this out. And how high are we there? Oh yeah, it's because it's a little bit of a funky shape I've put up here. So this bit only stops here. There we go. Okay. Alright, well that's fine. So we're going to have to figure that out next episode. Have we got a blueprint for it? I'm really hoping so, because that's going to make life so much easier. Don't want the smelt box. We want aluminium smelters. I mean, that looks pretty set up there. That's a set of 6. We'll be getting on with that next episode. So, I'm going to wrap up here and say, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions. They will help the channel grow. They help get it out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Thank you very much to my YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated. Please don't forget that as a supporter, you do get access to the save files for any of the open world games I'm currently playing, along with the blueprints that get used for them. And most importantly for you guys, you get early access to the videos, so you get to see what's going on before anybody else does. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.